some of those angles is going to be, but Alpha is not shying away from the fight just yet. And in fact, it's going to be Crashies that meets Sugetsu.
And they're expecting this re-aggression around mid. Important to take this control, but more importantly, they heard Alpha here take a step. So, coming back with force to clear it out. And now, big advantages stacking in favor of KC. The doors close on B and towards middle. This is going to be a straight-up blitz to the B site. Reinforcements harder to get there. And it's going to be on Cloud, the Battle Sage. He's delivered so many times already in the game that we saw him play for this banner. Now, he's slipped the net, he's made it past, and he's whiffed every shot. It looks like KC are a shoo-in to take this across the line. Alpha will try his best to recover.
That's now left all onto Bosa. The wraparound will gift him one.
Make sure that they lower them even more. Playing a fake, containing the other side of the map, and going back late. That slow is going to cause problems, though, and I'm not sure Kayak's going to... Or sorry, Levin's going to get out of there, and indeed he won't. Taken down by the Classics. This is already getting a little dangerous.
Yeah, the fact the Headhunter, and look, all those angles just not quite being cleared properly. The deep control from Kayak has caused them issues already. And sure, the remaining couple of players both have rifles. It gives them the best chance to turn this back around, but the numbers firmly in Fnatic's favor.
This should be locked down, you'd imagine. A round that seemed to be KC's gifted, but instead it's a battle.
It seems like they're going to go back, and go back again, but they're still walking right into the arms of Kayak, who's ready and waiting, but only one.
And Narrate as well have been waiting the entire round for someone on Fnatic to get aggressive, to push towards the spawn. The very thing that's happening now for Crashies, but it's way too late. This big fake from KC didn't seem to have worked out, but now they've got themselves the site. The res is possible here for Cloud, though. And the flank, indeed, if they can draw the eye with that res, it could be their round.
Res up.
It's free.
No opportunity to really deal damage without a massive risk, but also holding on to that Reckoning. Timing is going to be important, and well, it has at least forced them back, but do they know about that second player? They are, they're looking for it. Good work from Dosia, and now can create a little bit of additional space for himself around the back of that site. Cloud knowing he needs to break through this quickly, but even still he's walking back into the hands of Dosia again. He did enough in this round, it seems, but still comes down to Aves. But you'd expect if they are going to go this way, I was going to say they'd need a Prowler or two, but they don't have any of those left. Oh, nice shot from the Narrate, and quick enough to escape as well.
Spike down mid.
3 versus 4, and the angle from Crashies is going to bring us back to even. Health back up for Cloud as well. And
shots, of course. Everybody at this point has already passed the angle. Cloud, he's been waiting the entire round for another fight. Was just patient with his push, and he knows there's another guy coming. Knowing and dealing with Dosia has been difficult, but now everybody on the other side
won't sit there and go, oh, that's an upset. Or that's a bad map from Fnatic, a bad series. Instead, this looks like even footing, or maybe even favorites off recent form. KC have been playing extremely well. Now, to start this round out, it is no different. A double opening, and yet they don't blitz in towards this A site. There's still a res online for Cloud. If they decide to give up this space, she'll be fighting an extra man. You know that for sure. I still expect them to finish on A, but the patience from KC, they play that freeze just to put doubt into the minds of Fnatic.
A lot of fallback angles. A lot of positions that can be taken. And Cloud again does well, but he tries to switch up. I think Levin actually ends up dying into his own, or diving into his own harbor utility, but didn't affect him too much. Boaster ahead of the curve, but Levin is well aware. Another big round for the Neon, and Aves is there to
do it again. Fnatic back up with a full buy. Alfia standing, waiting for this contact, and he'll end up with Levin. They throw everything at him to ensure he'll have no impact, and yet still he finds what he needs.
That's one. Trade back immediate, though. Dosia has been on fire so far this game. A lot of the time, Harbor players suffer with their individual ability, but not him. He's looked great so far with the Viper's pit up, cutting off a lot of the rotations.
Spike planted.
Okay, Levin's not quite quick enough, and neither is Dosia on the trade. They knew the Alfie would be just around the corner, but he was ready for that second player. Well, a two-man advantage of Alfia alone.
Bring them down.
Even still, though, they are slowly making their way towards this B site. An aggressive position from Boaster, but a spam could close the door and leave him alone, but maybe Crashies alone is enough. In fact, it will be. He was so wary about a player coming from behind that instead, they've both been slaughtered. It can take you all the way to your own spawn. Again, showing the value of what Chamber can bring, and there he is once more. 2 kills for Alpha in the last round, 2 kills for Narrate going toe-to-toe, and Crashies left blinded in the corner. It seems they know he's there, and that makes it all too easy for Levin. The remaining couple, again, it feels like it has to be a save scenario, and ooh, okay, Kayak is a little bit ahead of the curve. He is going to be able to kill off Sugetsu. Orbs to get that ultimate online, and instead, they've ended up with nothing, and then the re-aggression from Crashies has just completely shut them down. They're trying to swing back into this angle. He's just waiting for them, but again, Dosia lands the shot. Even still, though, 25 seconds. They're hightailing it towards the B site where Boaster is waiting. Dosia again. This fight could be everything.
Kill my allies.
If Boaster gets this kill, it should be round over, but it seems like Abbott spotted him. It doesn't matter. The IGL has closed this round for Dosia. He needs this kill within seconds, and he does get it, but he's not going to be quick enough. But we've also got Viper on the defense, and I think that's always an interesting talking point. Maybe not as interesting as the chamber-on-chamber action. There's already, we're going to see a couple, but then the trades are back immediate. Advantage now, one way. Ooh, I think Sugetsu got seen before he got past that, but you know, he's fine.
But maybe not for long.
Oh, they both know each other's there now. It was the element of surprise that Aves had initially, but yeah, I think Penny's now dropped for Sugetsu, but he needs to kill off Boaster. They have done that relatively quick. They've also then implanted another player in Crashies, though. Do they check for this one? If they get this kill, maybe there's a chance of them winning the round, but it's not a trade that goes favorably. They would have liked to kill him off without losing anybody else now for Kayak and Cloud. Well, with angles already sectioned. Again, there has to be a little bit careful with how aggressive they're being.
He's made it all the way past. I mean, put it this way. If he picks Cloud and goes straight for the defuse, Kayak's going to have to sprint. He's on the right character for it. I'll give you that. And the tap, that should be the end. Cloud on the swing, and you can hear how close the steps were from Kayak. Well, if Cloud's the one to get the kill, they'll even have the res to add on, and he'll just go for the plant for that exact reason. Boaster with a freebie has set them on a path to victory. 4 versus 3, and there goes the res.
Cloud gone.
Right there.
Walking back into the angle, Dosia seems to have a good idea of where his opponents are standing, but has to wait for his teammates. Both of them are still on that flank. It's patience from KC, hoping that someone makes a mistake. Instead, they now have that information, but that was also just to give space over to Dosia. He's trying to bait Kayak into the fight, but it hasn't worked. Eventually, though, he will clear out Kayak and leave Boaster alone. But the time is already ticking, halfway gone. He needs to swing this, and the trade is perfect from Aves.
Your duty is not over.
Came through! Oh, just...
Spike down B.
I have really good timing. Take that. Wait, now, wait. On heaven. One backside and one locker. One locker, one backside.
My bad, I didn't put the stun that round. I didn't know we were gonna... I thought it was just a B main default.
Zabijemy, panisz. Can win this round. Can just run.
Oh, that's it. Underway. They're buying time as Narrate has got a freebie. Cloud down and out, leaves Boaster alone. 4 to take. 4 must die in his hands for any hope, but no. I don't know how much value he'll have from this position.
Planted.
Well, you'd say
But he could catch him going back in
post, but there's Narrate. The backstab eventually coming through.
Boaster's got this round.
He should do, but we have to wait and see. A Bulldog ready and waiting. Stun through. They're looking his way. Or they were, at least for a second. It seems like they do have somewhat of an idea that he's going to be coming from this position. Timing going to be everything, and he's got the timing perfect! Boaster takes over! The backstab! The knife twisted! Right back in it. Purchase available. Narrate does have the tour de force, but he also has a rifle, so I'm guessing he's not used it. And it's just waiting on the other side. It's bait. It's a beautiful bait, but the reveal almost gives up Levin. He's going to get out of here, isn't he? No, he's pulled back. He's slid a little bit early, but luckily he had a teammate to throw down. Placed in the face, and, well, I was going to say he was unlucky timing for a swap, but actually he trades evenly.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know how he got away with the kill there. Doja onto Alpha. seeming to stack the advantages are KC. Boaster's answered back. Levin's been caught as well. And, well, we're back into not only even footing for FNATIC a second later, it's an advantage. With the plan coming through on Cloud, they can pull back another player. But the bodies aren't really in the positions to do that. Boaster, on the other hand, getting into a great position in the same old setup that we saw work for KC in the last. Oh no, it's not a bait! They ran! What? They ran through! I thought they were gonna bait! One player takes the fight, the other stands in the corner. They just saw it happen. Crashy's alone. Now the numbers were in his favor moments ago. He's gonna deal with Narrate up close and personal. Slow orb up and over, trying to hit the button with it. Skill shots. Didn't work this time. Boaster. Oh, it's starting out well for FNATIC. They're getting some trades out with some space as well towards this A site. Spike can come through, but Boaster's being caught on the lurk. And now it looks like Kayak will do the same. He's 30 HP. So he wants to try to make a play to catch off these players on the rotate. The surprise about to be revealed, but it looks like Narrate was ready. Ready or not, here comes a bullet.
Planted.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Res still available for Cloud as well. Rotation. I expect Aves to wait for Sugetsu to join him. The problem, though, is with the wall down, it leaves them so many angles they have to try and swing from. Shot not connected by Alfia, but he's able to escape. And now Kayak, who was known, they marked him on the map. It doesn't matter, though. Even on low HP, he is landing every shot in front of him. His third of the round, and Aves realizes he needs to bait them into the fight. He does just that, but Alfia is a little bit more patient. Sits back a bit further, just needs a singular bullet to end it, and he will do so. It is the truth. Doesn't make it any less confusing, but it is the truth. Narrate, however, has not fallen for it. He is waiting patiently to eliminate, obliterate Kayak, and then there's a second layer. But with the snake bite down, 30 seconds left. Are they going to try and run back to the other side? Because they also haven't moved the next player. Now, the stuns that Boaster have been using have been fantastic, but this time Levin is not sticking around to challenge. 20 seconds now.
Smoke me, most likely.
Ult.
Fade, Neon. I'm moving, by the way, Dima.
Two more side, bingo side, green bingo.
Green
inside.
Is this walled? It's walled, red.
I will destroy it.
Spike planted.
I heard one leave, like fully leave the site.
Bait side.
Wait,
10 HP. In front of
I'm only team.
They smoked me off.
On you.
You just spammed me back.
Player standing.
Nice try.
All good.
Position, and now Aves has the info just in time. Alpha was about to be a real problem.
Well played.
But it looks like KC haven't lost hope just yet.
20 seconds, and they've been hit by the Nightfall as well. Aves has probably single-handedly won this round, and Levin gets to pick up the pieces at the end. Sure, that wraparound in the end from Boaster. A lot of play towards this B site, and again, it's the same as on the other side. The defensive chamber able to get the opener. Does Alpha go in for more?
He's sitting back, but Levin might go in. It looks like he wants to fight, and maybe if he could go back in time, he'd make a different choice. Down to a 4 versus 2. KC sought some advantages, but they lost everything that they had in the process. Narrate and Doja, they've been impressive so far.
He's so low.
Doja in the first half, Narrate in the second. Still, the numbers are stacked against them. The odds not in their favor, and with Narrate spotted, it is a done deal. 13-12.
On that B connector means that they can rotate to the other side. Cloud was walking with a wall out, and because of that, Levin's off angle. It wasn't traded properly.
30 seconds
They had
left.
no idea that anybody could be in that corner, and that's a massive mistake. The walkthrough, though, from Alfia might have just saved them. It's given them away onto the site, but Aves, again, good positioning. Sat back and catches Boaster with the C's. Now having that man advantage to swing in already, and he has no idea that that player could just be coming from behind. But Boaster's timing, it's going to be everything here. He's being flanked. He's missed the player in the smoke by a millisecond. Half a second is all it took, and the timing again. He is alone, though. He's completely alone, but maybe that doesn't matter. Caught with util in hand. Water section things off, a chance for Cloud to fight this back. That spike drop. Now he has support. Narrate just waiting on the angle, but instead he knows at this point And in fact, oh, he's missing it by a millisecond each time. That's the spike. If he drops that player, it's a huge problem for KC. But instead, he's just biding his time perfectly, denies the plant, and doesn't even need to fight Abbas. He knows it because his teammates will arrive. They cleared Levin, no problem at all. And Crashies, it might be just a singular kill. Who's he dogging for?
That's it. For himself, perhaps. Certainly not for Alpha here. That's another spam from KC successfully found.
There you go. They are not here.
That's good info. Now, what do we do on this corner?
He's got another Prowler.
You just have to face it, though, because Prowler, you kind of need for the site. Like, it's the problem is that you're always in a bad position. In terms of the utility. You always have to take a risk, but that risk is paid off. That one, not so much. Great shot from Narrate. He'll be blocked out from any more impact.
Oh, is Boaster? I thought Boaster was about to go through and try and fight him. They need to find a footing in this round, though. That's what becomes tougher. A singular start. Still in pocket.
Oh,
However, just flying. If Crashies kills him off, there's an opportunity, but he loses the fight. And now Boaster has to fight versus 4. Sure, 2 of them are low, but they can almost just run in and give the information of where he is. There's nowhere left to go. Hit by every piece of utility that was remaining in the belt. Somehow yet to take damage. There's one, but anything more, an impossibility.
A couple of fakes here and there.
That's about 2
in the
weeks
same
ago.
round. Kayak, that same spot Levin's been playing from. A stun, buys a little bit of time, and he'll reposition for the fight. Oh! Sugetsu! Man down for KC, and it's gone from bad to worse as Kayak shows up again. Levin all alone, but it's okay. So a bit blind in the walkout. That's perfect for Narrate. Oh, but he's missed the shot. Shot straight through the 2 of them, and now Cloud's the one to find a double. The man who could have been dead to rights, his eyebrows shaved a moment ago.
There.
Dosia versus Crashies. The Crashies maybe just deciding to back out of it. No, he calls for reinforcements, and through the wall, another body hits the floor, leaves Sugetsu and Levin. Chances seem minimal, and Alfia is still fighting, even on 4 HP. He's had enough of Summit for the day. And while Levin, there is no way out of this corner. You can pad the stats. He doesn't even have enough bullets to kill everybody. It's FNATIC and an in-zone flawless to close out the game. 16-14, our first map of Summit. Important. 35 seconds left, though. Had to fire off that paranoia a little bit earlier, and running back through would have a risk about it. Kayak, though, has dealt with Dosia with relative ease, and the remaining 3 players not within the site. It's going to have to be a full 3v5 retake, and there is not a lot of utility. In fact, not any utility to play with.
I must wait. Last player.
Well, the dry swings go about as well as you'd expect. Well, when push comes to shove, KC will be more than ready to answer this call. Kayak won't survive the first engagement. The push through the smoke from Levin finds the spike. It's all onto Alpha. 1 against 5, and well, you'd like to get out of here with some damage done, but that is not possible. From Narrate coming in as the smoke fades, and they have caught everybody with it. Beautiful work from KC. Great flash from Narrate, and the paranoia to guarantee the space. Good return by Cloud. He is much closer than he knows to getting that kill, but it won't matter.
Oh, Narrate manages to hold on to control of the spike, but he is now dealt with by Alfia. Boaster's position is an interesting one. I don't know if Levin's going to expect it. He's looking towards main. Okay, that's the moment the realization comes through, and unfortunately for Boaster, he's not long for this world.
30 seconds
18
left.
HP. Darts through, and while Alfia felt like he needed to take a risk, and instead he has delivered the spike. Now we're going to see that KO put into play. That'll remove the utility, but he's already on the ground.
A couple of picks go back here for KC. And they keep on going. Abbas finding a lot of damage, and with Kayak and Crashy so desperately low. Oh, and the damage done to Cloud.
Oh my god.
This is ridiculous. FNATIC are barely surviving as KC thrive in the spam battle.
Oh no.
The plant's at least to be found, but now this is an insta-kill on any of these players. A laser that will take them down.
Have not moved.
And now they've heard that they made the right call. This play coming in, Narrate doesn't know where that TP just came in from. Boaster being able to find one, but Narrate still flying under the radar. Luckily, the trade comes in quick. Great flash from Cloud. Got him through that smoke. Back to the spike. If he goes down, there'll be trouble aplenty. Waiting, though, is Cloud as Alpha sneaks his way up top as Crashies waits to catch them on that rotate. But now, the spike falling. Hunter's Fury will be deployed, and Doja won't make it out of there. It's left to one. Levin up against Crashies. He's already dealt with Alpha and the reposition.
He baited the steps. He
He's
baited
walked
the steps.
through, ready for him to swing up top, but 12 seconds left. I mean, Crashies has to go, and he has no idea that victory was just around the corner.
So what Levin is doing, the re-aggression timing is perfect, though. The second time they've done that, and Boaster is gone. Alfia trying to fill in the gaps. That's a wonderful shot. Dosia even predicted that he would be there. Now Levin's been dealt with on the other side. Even still, though, it ends up even. A top mid push that they have to be careful of. They've been flanked before. And maybe Aves was almost just working as a distraction, but they are watching for Narrate. Good prediction from Cloud in this round. And now it's all on to Sugetsu. He had 1 kill in the first 8 rounds. If he wants to keep the streak going, he needs to end with 4.
Spike planted.
Well, Sugetsu has the ult to at least grab some information, and, well, that was a bit of an awkward time to have your knife out. Luckily, there's only a half check by Crash. He's now falling back to the site. The high-low should be in play, and Sugetsu will find it impossible.
Now gone, but there's another ready for Narrate if he needs it. The flank has been spotted as well, so FNATIC know that those back angles are safe. That spam, though, has helped a lot. Crashy still stood in the corner. He's trying to be the snake in the grass, but again, Aves just spams. He's so good at finding players through the smoke, and now Narrate drops Cloud. This is falling apart. The defusal already began. They need to start spamming. They need to stop them from defusing. The swing out, and it's enough from Alfia. To try and challenge Dosia, but he's just looking to try and slow them down. Oh, of course, weaponry for him is still pretty decent. The pistol that was shown might be a ruse. Alfia again, having to try and bail them out of trouble. He's turned this back to a 3v3, and the attack have decided maybe another avenue is better.
Well, Alpha might just have a freebie. They're walking right up into his crosshair, but an uncharacteristic miss and whiff as Aves puts them into the advantage. Defensive side, well, pressure on a Narrate, a bookie, and a classic, all he has to work with. But Aves on the sides got the big gun, got the reveal to help him out. Well, not going to help anyone out. Narrate's dead to rights, and the door's closing on Aves. But before it does, Cloud taps his toes away.
10 seconds left.
Sugetsu again. He's had to play retake simulator a lot of this game. The B-site pushes haven't happened too often, or if they have, it hasn't been him dealing the kills, but the first one is so quick. Attack side, maybe finally about to make a move towards that B-site, and Levin just walks out into the open. I think he even caught Alfia off guard. Now maybe just seeing Alfia was enough to make them believe initially it was just a lurk. Instead, though,
There.
catching a second player. That's Crashy's gone. He's been having a rough one. Breaking the trip and now moving their way back towards the A site. 30 seconds left. A trap set up there once more with a flash, just waiting around the corner. They know, they have an idea. The Narrate is there and clear him with ease, in fact, but they need a little bit more. Aves versus Boaster, the IGLs, and it's Boaster to come out on top, but Dosia's still here. He makes it should be impossible to plant, but never mind. Cloud again, and he's removed the ultimate from Levin as well. Another saving grace from the new buy on the block, but not this time. Give Cloud a few assists if anybody dies, because he has just caught the entirety of the team with a knife. I've just watched a player push spawn and not die. How did Levin get away with that? I'm almost certain they saw him. There you go, final boss himself. He's going to be the only defender. He's dodged the paranoia. But there's so many people calming down. Help from a teammate. Gave an opportunity! And this is why you don't run towards the B site. Luckily, Narrate makes sure it doesn't go any further. Has fallen back.
This is position from Levin. Now they're starting to go back and suspect something like this is a full cancel of the... Oh, that's beautiful. Levin's caught him with a knife out and almost took down Kayak as well. Got a chance to strike, but with him falling, the A site was no longer the target. It's Sugetsu has made B much easier to get into. Now, they don't have any smokes here, and so they're going to have to fight on the way past, but Boaster gets nothing done, and that flash, well, let's say it blinded Kayak. Play this a bit slower, but more importantly, to give Kayak the ability to get right in there through Heaven, and that's exactly where he's going. The rest of the squad through the door. They'll draw the eye. Cloud first to find a pick, and Aves down below, waiting for Narrate to emerge from the smoke, but there's enemies at the gates, and they've been shut out! Aves!
Spoken about FNATIC comebacks, but there's been nothing to really make me believe this is going to be the case. Right work from Boaster. Alpha yet swing onto it as well. He's done incredibly well. Dosia was hoping to be a little bit sneaky, and you know, he's won that fight in the end. Desperately low on HP, and the spike, I'll be real, I'm not sure there's too many worse positions on the map.
Not looking.
But yeah, timing here is going to be everything. 11 spots in, that's one. Down to a 2 versus 2. Time is ticking away. That's the main issue that we currently have for the side of KC. 15 seconds, but Levin can make that run.
Door open? Yeah, door's open. He gets there easily. He'll get that plant in before they can even make it out. Giving up the spike they were holding, hoping time would be a little bit too costly for KC. That could have been Doja down and Levin alone. And in fact, it would have been the round. But Doja still drawing breath. A man who had some incredible rounds on Summit and now steps up to new heights. But Cloud is hunting him down and he'll find him.
But he's selling it anyway.
He's being spotted. And yet still, if he walked right now, he'd have a backstab on Kayak. They thought he was in main. The door closed, the ruse sold, but Kayak shut him down, and Alpha's still waiting. 8 seconds, just needs to drop the spike, but he can't get it done. Whoa, that's a risky reposition. That's a very risky reposition, and he'll live to regret it, if not for a quick shot from Sagetsu. Kayak got in there with a second to spare.
FNATIC reinventing the wheel, and people about to start copying. Or is this going to be a complete failure? It's not gone great to the start. 11 on the raise. Well, okay. That was an interesting choice after getting 2 kills.
Levin is known for interesting choices, if you'd like to put it lightly. For KC, a man down, but a lunatic down. FNATIC haven't recovered this round just yet. Cloud is clearing the spawn as we speak, making sure that there's no big flanks coming through. Now make sure there's no little flanks coming through. And then he might be in a good position to catch these players when they come down ramp.
It's all going to be on timing. It seems like the opposing side have a good idea. There could still be someone behind, but now he's all that's left of Adosia. That means he can just hightail it towards the site, start that defusal, force Cloud into a more awkward fight. He needs this kill almost immediately, and Narrate says, nah, don't look over there.
Can we hold?
Holding van. I'm turning Kevin. Can we pick CT? Come new box.
I'm coming.
I have a smoke in 10. Wait. 1, 2. Take under. CT fade.
I have CT.
Smoke in 5. I have CT with you. I have CT with you.
5v3, boys.
I'll send you plan. I'm gonna smoke Kevin now.
I'm not planning God.
Heaven out. Kevin out. Dead. I haven't fade.
I haven't now.
Got a Sage?
You are CT guy.
No, I don't know Sage.
I'm gonna pick CT.
But what do we do from here? KC are waiting for the battle.
Paranoia will leave him blind. Already a lot of players here, and actually, I was going to say it went well, but it didn't. Dosia, a triple spray down, 58 HP. But he's still in that corner, 30 seconds left. As they now look to make it to the site. Alfia on that entry, but Narrate swings out from above. Even still, it ends up even, but bear in mind, there is a showstopper, but it's on the other side, and Alfia just isn't missing. 12 HP made no difference. And now Levin in a tough clutch. A showstopper at his back, but I feel like he needs a kill before he uses it.
I think he feels that way as well. Trade will come in far too quickly. He knows one player is low. Alpha dodges those shots by sheer chance, but this one harder to dodge. Playing slow as can be. We saw this in the pistol, and maybe that's why they went back to check it, but a little bit too late there for Narrate. Advantage sits with FNATIC now. They looked like they were behind, but they were limping as a lure. And now 3-3 we go. Looks like Doja will make it out with the weapon, but that is the only silver lining for KC.
And so the fact that they've started to lose rounds, not really be able to slow opponents down, this is risky. It's a weird stack. And of course, FNATIC, we're not expecting 3 players to be sat in the vent.
But we are against an eco double diving into
That's
vent.
still weird. Like,
It is
3
weird.
players is weird.
Oh, listen, you jump into vents anytime during a game, any moment. Chances of there being 3 players, they're talking very low. Oh, well, Levin's managed to sneak one at least.
All the way in towards screens. There was nowhere else that anybody could be. Crashy's trying to avenge his fallen comrades by entering the vent, and that is, and I mean it, the worst possible timing.
Over Alpha's head. He's gone back again, Levin.
Dimensional trip. He's missed 3 shots in a row, and he's being rounded on. Maybe they forgot about what this ultimate could do. So much space to take. How's no one died yet? Finally, we'll see some players fall. But it's not gone the way of FNATIC. Maybe it has. Never mind. What do I know?
One enemy remaining.
In fact, it's gone
Oh my
amazingly.
goodness.
Couldn't have gone any better. Sugetsu, last man standing, and Crashies is going to close it out. Viper Orb also holding the back, and even going to invest the pit late into the round.
Snake bite
It's
too.
going to make it so much more awkward. And well, Boaster firing warning shots, but Cloud was not doing the same. For Levin, no choice but to save that up.
Oh, they've got the sight, or at least they can plant, but they don't quite have the sight. FNATIC still have 2 players to deal with, and okay, the rate's going to fall quite quickly. Abez still standing his ground, though. He's taken down 1, but Crashies has made this an almost impossible task. Maybe not something we should say in the same sentence as Abez. His performance in the last stole the show, but now a defuse needed. They'll keep having control to allow this to happen. Levin looking for this battle, but the Boombot has sold a ruse. Boaster slipping past it, now sat up close. Levin suspects it! And now it's just 1 left to deal with. The showstopper locks it in. Levin that's now being set up. KC are taking their time, making it out of heaven, only now making it down the ramp. All the while, Cloud is playing the long game, but that means the rest of FNATIC have to hold strong. They have to delay as much as they can with no utility left. Bar on Cloud. It's going to be tough. They have to do it with the rifles, and Cloud's being caught. They were watching the flank, but that's when Kayak turns up for FNATIC. Left it on. Oh, what? That shot was insane from Levin. Another needed onto Kayak. A right click could be enough. And although he finds all the kills.
A stinger, a judge, an operator. These are not guns you want in these sort of circumstances. And while a man down is not going to make it any easier for KC, Kayak has done well. This Yoru looking good, and Cloud on flank watch has been unstoppable.
Cover going out.
Trying to catch him out of position has been incredibly tough, and for the remaining 3 players, I don't see any way back in. It's a little labored from Kayak, but not anything that matters too much with how much of an advantage they have. And while Levin might be quick, but I don't think he's quick enough to clear all the remaining players of FNATIC with how much time is left on the job. He's showing you that maybe those misses earlier were a little bit seems to do. And well, that's a very aggressive stance. But it still ends up even. The spams onto Boaster at the back wall have been enough. Crashies goes unchecked, but is there a trade to be had? Yes, there is. And well, again, swings and roundabouts. The team takes an advantage.
It's going to be a contact. More likely that they're going to do that from behind than in front. But now it's been long enough. Cloud has to worry about both angles, but there's the information given to him. That was the utility, the signal he was waiting for, the strike onto Abed. On the clock, it's time to go. Just as KC stepped past the point of no return, but it looks like they'll at least mostly make it out. The wall slowing them down, but Alpha's somehow gotten 2 over it. This is dangerous. He's got himself a 3rd.
Themselves to try and give Alfia an opportunity. Even still, though, that time has been ticking. Dosia still had his paranoia, looks to slow them down, but the position again, the position from Cloud is perfect. He's going to eliminate one of those rifle players that's left, all onto Dosia, and he doesn't have the right angle. It doesn't matter now, though. Crashies has let go, and a chance to maybe save the day. I think the defusel's just going to come over the line.
The distraction here is Boaster running his way back through. In fact, he might be a sacrificial lamb. But do they expect the other man? Well, they've spotted him now. Okay, danger. Well, spotted, but not dealt with just yet. Luckily, he'll only get the one.
Yeah, spike plant. Another flank coming, though. Crashies also went the long way around. It leaves a bit of an awkward gap in heaven, though. That's the bigger problem. If they're unable to clear Dosia, he might be able to buy enough time. But also, for Crashies, yep, the high-low, difficult to clear. They're also wary of where that second player is coming from, but as I said, Dosia still acts as that safe pair of hands. And for Crashies now, he doesn't even know where that second player is. He's got to try and figure out Dosia's position, but Dosia's giving nothing. I like this.
As we'd hoped.
Oh, Boaster's paranoia. Box not landed on.
Doom.
Cloud. This SMG's not going to be great on the wallbangs, but it will be great if they try and run through a snake bite. They wanted to try and join Levin, and they have in the grave. It leaves Narrate, and well, he's got his res, but I don't see an opportunity to use it.
Overextend here. This could be huge. I think he's going to get the pick that stops them going that way in just a second, but every second gone past is a big opportunity to catch them on that rotate, and now KC are kind of directionless. They've got to make a choice.
But this is the problem.
Pit B, you've got to go A.
You've got one player going one way, one player going the other, but the rotation might be caught. Levin's now looking to kill off Boaster as he rotates. It's going to be down to Alpha on the side, but sometimes that's enough. He quickly got 2 kills. And although the spike plant is inevitable, there's still an opportunity for Cloud. Making his way towards Levin. He'll get himself a 1v1 fight, but it's an unfair fight. Showstopper. Bit of an awkward one. He's taken a lot of control. They walk through. Oh, that was an opportunity for Cloud. I feel like a judge at that angle should have got him a little bit more, and every single fight that's been had has gone the way of KC. From the depths of defeat to winning every scrappy battle. Been pushing that every single round. He's just going to stay in the pit the whole time. Levin's failed a blast pack up, and Cloud has now got a slightly easier fight. They're going to try and potentially use a res. Alpha, yeah. Dealing damage onto one, keeps that man advantage going, but it's got 14 seconds. They've got to move. Nice. 12 seconds to make it onto the site. The cross could be held, an opportunity if they can spam this one out. Instead, Crashies is there. They will get that plant in just about as the swing comes through. It's now left all onto one, and Narrate, 1 bullet. He's got time to reload, but he's getting spammed at the same time, and eventually Crashies will take us to 12.
He's actually baited that out beautifully. Cloud has played for a bit of a fool, and now they have to worry about that late flank. That's gone about as well as it could for Sugetsu, and then he got shot in the face. So that's a bit unfortunate, but luckily it's a return. Levin popped the showstopper. That's going to push them back for a moment, buy a little bit more time, and as that clock keeps on ticking, the defuse will be at least tapped to bait out the swing. Abez down, and now 1v1. Okay, it's looking workable for a man like Cloud. He's going to tank that nade, looking to get it to happen. The wrap from Levin is there. It's one of the weaknesses taken out. FNATIC looking likely to concede to an overtime, and with Alphier already down and out, feels like an inevitability.
Yeah, rifle can be retrieved for Crashies. He's definitely had a better map here on Split. And Sugetsu, it is genuine responsibility. This map has just been an annoyance. Be in the backline consistently. Nightfall sent out. Levin just looking to play ahead of it. Nade in, but he's going to get eliminated. Even still, though, it looks like his teammates have the job done. Crashies versus 4. The slows on either side. And he's being wrapped on from the heavens. Well, he's not been spotted, but it won't matter. Narrate is there to close.
On this attack side, Cloud only now making it to... He's got to run, he's got to sprint. But of course, they would hear him if he did, or he thinks they would. So a slow approach from Cloud, but it looks like they've taken... Oh my goodness! Alpha and Kayak have shut them down. Cloud should have it all lined up, but he's being caught by Narrate. Crashies all alone will only find one.
They've got to go through the orb. And are they just going to try and re-hit into this B site through heaven? That seems to be the plan. 20 seconds left. Cloud is just going to sit and wait in the corner. Are they going to check it? They haven't checked it! And wow, Alpha swings before his teammate can even deal that final blow. A nice shot for Levin, but it's irrelevant. A ruse initially, and now they're selling a fake on the other side of the map. Using the Prowler, using the Neon. but it hasn't made all of the move. Sugetsu's still here. Aves is still here. They sit in the corners, but immediately are cleared. Aves, the second player, but Kayak still gets both. But then there was another prong. The third to the fork that was this A-site defense. And although they'll be able to potentially get a plant, they're pressuring, they're pushing. The flank was what they're waiting for. Cloud needs to hold the line, and he has. It looked like there were problems with him being the only man there. Instead, he gets them. A long, long time ago, if it wasn't for Levin. And he's just going to swing Althea. Yeah, Althea, you know. That guy with multiple trophies under his belt, it means nothing to Levin. A double opener. Looking for a response, but there is no response. Boaster, 1v4. And well, there's days where you might believe in that. I'm not sure this is one of them. He's had troubles individually. Sure, he gets a kill onto Narrate, but it's at the cost of almost all of his health, and Aves is just waiting on the other side. Dosia has a little bit of support. Oh, that's very awkward. The near sight doesn't work when your opponent is close, and Althea couldn't have been much closer. An opener that gives them a good position. Levin tried to be the hero. Instead, he's eliminated immediately. The man of the moment is gone. But Aves still alive and kicking Kayak, the bodyguard for the planter. Now Aves is all that's left, and while Althea makes sure that this round doesn't go anywhere else of their grievances so far. But he has a teammate alongside him, and that teammate might not be checked. It's only going to be the 1-for-1. Althea needed once again, and he delivers once again. But eventually he will fall just like the others. And now Cloud, all that remains of FNATIC's hopes of closing it just like last time, 16 and 14. Those hopes seem to have diminished. Aves even able to use the Nightfall, the trail of Cloud's deceit will follow him along. And well, as the beeps get faster, the likelihood of victory gets slimmer. Saw the operator of his opponent in the last and decided anything you can do, I can do better. Sugetsu surely falls, yet no escape. And now Narrate atop the wall wants to try and even, and instead he makes their deficit deeper. The hole has been dug further into the ground, and now Reliance on just 2. Cloud still holding that lurk on the other side of the map. Plenty of time for FNATIC to play with, and questions being asked by this defensive side. It seems like Dosia is going to make his way back, but Aves a push up here. I don't think there's any way he expects Cloud to still be it, but timing. Cloud's just about to move, but clearly his spidey senses were tingling as he will remove Aves from action.
Yeah, that was the chance. Dosia's been remarkable in some of the games earlier. Look back to Summit. This Harbor was sensational, but too tall of a task, surely.
More dangerous he becomes, but now he has friends. 19 seconds left for KC to try and make some sort of move, and it's already them the first to fall. It looks like everything will fall apart right at the end for KC. Even Levin can't save them now. A 17-15, 16-14 couple of maps for FNATIC.